Hello everyone. I hope you have a great and amazing day. Welcome to Bright Beginnings. Today our lesson will be on transferring energy. Let's get started. Content of the lesson: heat transfer. Heat transfers from a hot object to cold object. So always when there is a hot object near a cold object, always heat will transfer from its own object to another object. There are three types of heat transfers in which heat can transfer. The first one is conduction, the second one is convection, and the third one is radiation. These are the three ways in which the heat can transfer. Conduction, number one, occurs when the particles in an object vibrate in place but collide with neighboring particles, passing kinetic energy to them. The particles do not leave their original position. Conduction occurs in most solid. This means that when particles in an object move around and bump into each other, so when they just move around on their way, then they bump with other particles, they bump with other neighboring particles. Like that, when they bump with the other particles, they pass that energy to them because of the bumping. So if there is a hot particle and there is a cold particle, they both bump into each other, so the hot one will transfer its own kinetic energy to the other cold one. Okay, and the particles do not leave their original position. Once they bump and they stop, they stay there for the whole time. And conduction occurs mostly in solids. Convection. Convection occurs when warm fluids move from one place to another carrying heat. Occurs in liquids and gases. So this is when water mix with each other and move into different places. Same happens with air. When the air's direction is somewhere else, the air will move around to the other place. So sometimes there is warm air, sometimes in another place there's cold air. Like that, that hot air will travel to the cold one. Then the heat source will feel hotter. So this only happens in liquids and gases. Radiation. Unlike convection and conduction, transmitting heat by radiation does not involve particles but infrared waves. This is why radiation works even through vacuums such as space that doesn't have particles. Okay, so now the convection and conduction, they all involve particles, but radiation is way advanced. It does not need particles at all. It can travel to anything, anything. What it can travel to any solids, any gases, any liquids, because it's the heat from the sun to radiation, so it can easily travel from the vacuum space which has no particles. Conduction and convection won't happen there. Why are saucepans usually made from metal? Why are saucepan handles usually made from wood or plastic? Saucepans would be made of metal because they want to cook the food quickly, because solid metal is a conductor of heat, so it will cook the food much quicker. Why are saucepan handles usually made from wood or plastic? They are made from wood or plastic because they are insulators, so when we hold them, the energy won't sting us. Look at photo D. How is energy transfer from the hot water inside the radiator to the air in the room? How is energy transfer from the hot water inside the radiator to the air in the room? Okay. And the next one will be, how is energy transferred to the side of the room at the opposite of the radiator? So this is the radiator in this picture here. So of course the air is going to travel because some parts of the room are dense and some are less dense. So the air will travel, the air will keep on traveling. So this one won't directly just go and travel all the way straight. They're going to circulate in an order because the areas are not at one same temperature. They're different. By conduction, because it's through the metal, and by convection, because it's a insulator. Question 3 is, so that heat from the cooker is conducted to the food quickly. As I said, metals are good conductors of heat, so they will conduct heat quickly into the user's hand. So heat from the saucepan is not conducted to the user's hands. Heat transfer. Heat always flows from that substance from that substance to that substance, from hotter to hotter, hotter to colder, colder to hotter, or colder to hotter. It's going to be heat always flows from hotter to colder. Hot coffee is stirred with a spoon. The spoon gets hot due to conduction, radiation, absorption, or convection. It's a solid, so conduction only happens in solid. And the spoon is metal also. Is sun bathing? It's radiation because it's sun bathing, so the radiation from the sun. Warm air rises and cool air sinks, demonstrating this type of heat transfer. This is convection because whenever it rises and moves down, it is always dense and what is this? This is convection. Is it this one? Spelling is wrong. It's convection. Boiling water. What happens in boiling water? Is it conduction? Or what? Is it conduction? Is it convection? Is it radiation? It can't be radiation, but it's boiling water. Or it's convection. Oh, I by mistakenly clicked on it. Sorry. It is convection because the particles are moving from the other areas to the other areas because there are some parts are less dense. I accidentally clicked on radiation. Sorry for that. Curling iron. So our hair are solid. So from this, it's getting transferred to our hair. So it's conduction. Walking on the warm sand with your bare feet demonstrate this type of heat transfer. It's conduction because the sand, the heat from the sand is getting transferred to your foot. Okay, it's the same question by mistake. The one I clicked is convection. Okay guys, that's it for today. I hope you understood something from it, and please subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell. If you have any queries, please ask in the comment section. Bye bye.